everyone, I hope you guys have had a great Monday. It's been quite hectic over here. So this packet we're going to work on right now is the lines, angles, and shapes packet. Last week I went over the first 2 pages, but I did want to go back to the first page where it says the basic terms and go over those one more time. So it says that a point is an exact location. A line will have arrows on both sides, so they'll have points and arrows. A ray will only go on one direction, so it'll have an end point, and the other side will have an arrow. An intersection is where 2 lines will cross. If they're parallel, they will go on forever and never cross. And then the last one is the perpendicular lines, which intersect to form right angles, which we know are 90-degree angles. Okay, so if we go to the 3rd page, it says, am I acute angle? We have 3 different types of angles: right, acute, and obtuse. The box at the bottom can help you remember those. So a right angle is a 90-degree angle. It is normally marked by a box. So it'll normally look like this and have a box right here, so you know it is a 90-degree angle. An acute angle is an angle that's less than 90 degrees. So it's going to be shorter and closer together. And an obtuse angle is more than 90 degrees, so it's going to be further apart. So if we look at number 1, I know you guys don't have protractors, but you should be able to look at these and guess them correctly. So number 1 kind of looks like a right angle, but if you look closely, they're not quite 90 degrees. So if it's less than 90 degrees, that would make it an acute angle. Number 2, the top line goes out further than a 90-degree angle. So if this was 90 degrees, this is what number 2 looks like. That would make it more than 90 degrees. So number 2 would be obtuse. Number 3, upside down, but it does form a 90-degree angle. Number 4 is more like this. So that makes it greater than 90 degrees. It'll be an obtuse angle. Number 5 is greater than 90 degrees. So that would be obtuse. Number 6, it's one of the lines I told you it'll be closer together. So that would make it acute. Number 7 does form a 90-degree angle, even though there's no box. So that is a right angle. And number 8 is a little bit less than a 90-degree angle. So less than 90 degrees would make it acute. On the next page, it starts with answer the question. So it says, draw a straight line between the angles on the left and the type of angle on the right. Each line will go through at least one number. Write the corresponding letter on the line above the number. The letters spell the solution to the question. So the question is, a group of wolves is called a pack. What is a group of bears called? So in the example, it shows us that E is an obtuse angle. So when you draw a straight line from E to an obtuse angle, it goes through number 3. So they already marked number 3 is E for you. The next one is H, and that is a right angle. When you draw the straight line with a ruler from H to a right angle, it'll go through number 6. So number 6 down there at the bottom is going to be H. Our next letter is L. That angle is less than 90 degrees, which would make it acute. So if we draw a straight line from L to acute, we get number 2 is what it goes through. The next one is letter S. Letter S is a greater than 90-degree angle, which would make it obtuse. And when we go from letter S to obtuse, we go through number 1, which is S. The next letter is letter T. T is a right angle. And when you draw a line from T to right angle, it goes through number 5. And the last one is an angle less than 90 degrees, which would make it acute. So when you draw a line from the U to acute, it goes through number 2. So when you put all those letters down at the bottom, it should spell S-L-E-U-T-H. So a sleuth would be the answer to your riddle. Okay. The next page says, what's my angle? It has 8 angles. And it's asking you to use a protractor to measure to the nearest 5 degrees. I know a lot of you don't have a protractor at home, which is fine. If you don't, you can just label it as acute, right, or obtuse. So number 1, when you measure that, is going to be 90 degrees. So that would make it a right angle. Number 2, by looking at it, you will have an angle that is greater than 90 degrees. So that is going to be an obtuse angle. Number 3 is almost 90 degrees, but not quite. So if it's less than 90 degrees, that would make it acute. Number 4 is greater than 90 degrees. Number 5 is a measurement less than 90 degrees. Number 6 is greater than 90 degrees, which would make it obtuse. 7 is less than 90 degrees, so that one is going to be acute. And for number 8, it is greater than 90 degrees, so that would make it obtuse. On the next page, it says, we can be right but never wrong. So the directions say, to solve the riddle, measure each of the following angles with a protractor to the nearest 10 degrees. Then write the corresponding letter on the line above the angle measure. The letters will spell out the solution to the riddle. So I actually measured out those angles for you. So the first one is the letter A. Letter A is a really small angle. When you measure it, you should get 10 degrees. For letter E, that is a right angle. So when you measure it, you should get 90 degrees. The next letter is letter G. Letter G is 60 degrees. H is 40 degrees. The next one is I, which is 50 degrees. L is 80 degrees. N is 70 degrees. R is 30 degrees. And T is 20 degrees. So when we put all those in the bottom, the answer to our riddle of what can be right but never wrong is a right angle. Hey guys, I'm going to need to stop here tonight. Olivia's having some issues in the other room, so I'll be back again tomorrow. If you guys have any questions, please find me on Google Hangouts or email me. I hope you guys have a great rest of your night.